all you can do is trust that what they're saying is valid.
So what is it that they are going to say? What is it? I just wonder what
They're going to say they object to furnishing a photo ID based on their religion. Now, for me to question what their religion is, I can't question it.
I guess the concern that I have is, you know, we want people to register and vote, and we want the legitimacy there, but we're putting an awful lot of stumbling blocks in folks' way in order for them to register to vote, to change their voter registration, just to move from other states and cities here to register to vote. And I just wonder if this is really poppycock in just curtailing the number of people who attempt to vote. I think we should be removing barriers rather than placing barriers in their way.
Senator, by them signing it, they sign the affidavit under oath that they are saying who they say they are, and if
but then they have to wait to see if their vote really counts.
What
I guess that's the
shouldn't
thing.
they? Shouldn't they wait to see if their vote counts? I mean, for one person, for one dead person to vote, or
We're
for
not
one
talking
person,
about dead. We're not. You know, every time we talk about voter registration, you know, we go out and dig somebody up out of a grave. I don't. Nobody wants a dead person to vote, and I don't think we should disturb them once they are dead. But I think that's that really has gotten to be an excuse when we want to impede the ability of folk to register and vote in a civilized manner, and that really concerns me, because I'm a proponent of getting people to register and vote, because if they don't vote, they should not have a say.
Well,
but when we put impediments there, then we give them excuses. I mean, we give legitimate people excuses.
Under current law, the provisional ballot right now is only used for those who forgot their ID.
Well, I know about provisional ballots. It's supposed to be a helpful method, but maybe it's just my district. It is a real noose and an albatross around a person's neck, and even for those people who attempt to assess whether or not that person's vote should be counted. They just don't know what's going on, and someone hasn't done a good job of telling them what the process should be. I've lived through it. Those provisional ballots, they generally throw all of them away anyway. They just throw them away. I know that. I've seen it. When they do provisional ballots, and primarily because the people who administer them don't know, so they just throw them away. Ask them. Just ask anyone who works at the polls how many of those provisional ballots were used, and they will tell you probably 3 of them. So I do see it. I do see this as placing stumbling blocks in the way of people who are trying to vote. Under the guise of, you know, one time there was someone who voted a dead person. Those people are serving time now.
Well, we also have people serving time that have been convicted felons under current law.
That's what I know, but I think the
Mr. Chairman,
out there.
Yeah.
I would like to state that you know, we've had recent occurrences where people have voted that were unaccounted for, and nobody went to jail. And you and I were sitting in federal court because of it. So I think that you make a valid point, Mr. Chairman. I think that people ought to be able to identify who the heck they are. We've seen it go on. We know it goes on. I don't feel like this is a stumbling block.
Well, I was not quite.
Ma'am, I have the floor, I believe, didn't I?
No, I was not. I had, my light's still on.
Okay. I apologize, and we'll go ahead, and then I'll respond after you finish.
Well, I don't know how the chairman is running the committee this morning, but I thought.
Well, I recognize.
I saw my lips moving.
Senator Burchett did ask for recognition, and I recognized him, Senator Harper. And if he's finished with his comments, he'll yield to Senator Harper.
No, that's all right. I'll let you take care of those that need to be taken care of, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions for the sponsor?